So, there's been some fresh buzz around the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max, and let me tell you, what we're seeing in the latest leaks might be totally different from what we were expecting. Today, we're diving into all the details about this leak surrounding the iPhone 17 Pro lineup. Now, the leak we're talking about comes from none other than Jon Prosser. He claims that the renders making the rounds lately, the ones you're probably looking at right now, could actually be legit. But here's what's got me scratching my head. Why would Apple go for such a big design change coming off the iPhone 16 Pro? I mean, the only real reason I can imagine is to fix that annoying wobble when you set your phone flat on a table without a case. That would be a nice touch. Other than that, I'm still not completely convinced. Now here's where it gets a little murky. Mark Gurman chimed in saying this design leak is actually pretty old, from back in January, and it's not something we should count on. Even Majin BU, not the anime guy, just a tech leaker, agrees with him. So now we've got two pretty reliable sources saying this design might not be the real deal. So who do we believe? Honestly, both Mark and Majin have had some solid wins in the leak world, but they've also missed the mark a few times. Like just last week, Mark predicted an iPhone drop that got delayed. And if you remember, he called the iPad Pro launch for March or April last year, but it didn't land until May. So even the best leakers aren't always spot on. Personally, I think the design we'll actually see will probably be more along the lines of what I've shown in my own renders and what other tech creators have been expecting. Regardless of whether Jon Prosser's renders are accurate or not, it's clear that Apple is aiming for a major design refresh this time around. One of the biggest rumors is that we might get a horizontal camera layout instead of the diagonal one we've been seeing for years. Some say it gives off Pixel or Galaxy S25 Ultra vibes, but no matter how you look at it, it's definitely going to stand out from the typical iPhone aesthetic. And let's talk about the dynamic island. We've had that same pill-shaped cutout since the iPhone 14 Pro, and now, after 4 generations, Apple is reportedly shrinking it. That means the Face ID and front sensors are being packed into a smaller space, which should free up more room on the screen and make the display look cleaner and more immersive. Another super interesting detail is that we could be getting a whole new model, possibly called the iPhone 17 Air. This one's expected to be really thin, featuring a 6.5-inch screen and a single rear camera right in the center up top. While it might not be dramatically thinner than some older models, it could still end up being the slimmest iPhone we've seen in years. Some even think this model might replace the iPhone 17 Plus, but nothing is confirmed just yet. Design-wise, there's a possibility that Apple is bringing back aluminum frames across both the regular and Pro models. That would be a big switch from the titanium frames used on the iPhone 15 Pro. For the Pro versions, we might see a new rectangular aluminum camera bump with a sleek two-tone finish, metal on top and glass on the bottom, giving it a whole new look. On the display front, the entire iPhone 17 lineup could come with 120Hz promotion technology and slightly bigger screens, about 6.27 inches, up from the previous generation. That would mark the first time all iPhone models have that super smooth display across the board. Always-on display functionality could also make its way to every model, showing widgets, a dimmed clock, and even notifications while the phone's idle. When it comes to performance and connectivity, things are getting even more exciting. The Pro models are expected to support Wi-Fi 7, which means faster speeds and better reliability. Apple is also moving to its own custom-designed Bluetooth and Wi-Fi chips, which should help with power efficiency and performance control. All the iPhones in this lineup are rumored to come powered by the new A19 chip, while the Pro models could get the beefed-up A19 Pro based on a more refined 3nm process. Camera upgrades are also in the mix. The iPhone 17 Pro Max might get a 48-megapixels camera system with an improved telephoto lens designed to work better with Apple's Vision Pro headset. Across the lineup, we're also looking at a 24-megapixels front camera that'll deliver sharper selfies and better low-light shots. And get this, Apple might introduce a new display coating that's both scratch-resistant and anti-reflective, something similar to what we've seen in Gorilla Glass armor. Multitasking is getting a potential boost too. There's talk of 12GB RAM being included in all models, although some sources suggest it might be limited to the Pro Max. If true, that could mean smoother performance across apps and way better multitasking. A new vapor chamber cooling system is also rumored, which would help the phone manage heat during heavy use. And finally, that dynamic island we talked about earlier? The iPhone 17 Pro Max could feature a much smaller version of it thanks to new Meta lens tech. This uses a flat lens that saves space but still delivers high-quality Face ID performance. The result? A sleeker, cleaner display that feels even more seamless than before. So yeah, with bigger displays, sharper cameras, custom wireless chips, and a completely fresh design approach, the iPhone 17 lineup might be one of Apple's most exciting upgrades yet. If you're still on the fence about the iPhone 16, waiting for the 17 could turn out to be the better move. Apple is clearly working on something huge. What do you think about all these changes? Let me know down in the comments.